What's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of The Unbiased Hard Take. We have lots to talk about, lots to get into, a massive basketball episode for you guys this week. It's going to be all NBA free agency. We're going to break down NBA free agency. Wave 1 is wrapping up. Today is the first day as of July 6th that teams can officially make signings and make it official with the league year starting. So we're going to talk all NBA free agency, talk about LeBron James, what he's going to end up playing. So you don't want to miss it. We got a big show. I'm hyped for this one. A lot to say. Again, thank you guys for tuning in to this week's episode. We appreciate the support from you guys. Before we dive right on into it, you already know the drill. Formalities out of the way. Please like us on Facebook. Link will be in the description down below. Yes, that is correct. Down below. We have great content on our Facebook page, Sports Fact Today. I'm putting multiple other posts beyond Sports Fact Today. We're active on there multiple times a day on Facebook. So if you're more into the reading content, old school format, our Facebook page, check it out if you haven't already done so. That might be for you. But if you're into the videos, subscribe on YouTube. A lot of our shorts hit, especially the shorts, hit into the thousands into the Ks of views. And we want to see those views turn into subscribers. So please subscribe on YouTube if you haven't already done so. We appreciate the support from you guys. But we're going to jump right on into it. I guess before we jump right on into it, I do want to say happy 4th of July. Didn't do an episode Saturday or Sunday because of 4th of July weekend. But we are here on Monday doing last week's show, essentially. So happy 4th of July to everyone, a late 4th of July from the Unbiased Hard Take. Hope you guys had some good hot dogs, maybe drink a little beer, fireworks. Hopefully everyone has all their fingers today. Probably not. I know not everyone has their fingers, so I have all my fingers, so we're good here. So, happy 4th of July, America's 250, USA, baby. Best country in the world, USA. Happy 4th of July. So, we're going to go, like I said, that was the formalities there. So, LeBron James is a free agent. And LeBron James has announced that it's not going to be a today. It's going to be later rather than sooner for him announcing. And that's not surprising. I've never been the biggest fan of LeBron James. He is a great player. He's one of the greatest players to ever play the game. Top 5 undisputed. Really top 3 undisputed. If anyone tells you otherwise, they just have a low basketball IQ. But he's top 3 regardless of what list you come on. 3 at worst. I mean, Jordan's the GOAT. So, 2 at best. So, LeBron's one of the greatest players to ever lace him up. I'm not denying any of that. He's done my team, the Miami Heat, great. We got the best LeBron years, the Heat did. Excuse me. I'm fighting off a little cold, a little bit of cough as well. So bear with me throughout this. Don't crucify me too hard. But LeBron, he's a narcissist. He's a narcissist. Okay, he likes attention. A lot of these pro athletes are. They're narcissists. How do you get this successful? By being a narcissist. You don't just stumble into millions and billions of dollars success, one of the greatest athletes of all time. That doesn't come by accident. So he loves the attention. He always has. When he left Cleveland the first time, he made a big TV show about it, literally. And then they had a big party with the big 3, guaranteeing like 11 championships or whatever that ended up being, with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh. Then after that, he made a big spectacle of going back to Cleveland, then made a big spectacle of leaving Cleveland a second time and going to LA. LeBron likes attention, and he's going to drag this out. Rich Paul knows exactly, his agent knows exactly what he's doing, putting on this little fake whiteboard. This whiteboard's not real. It's to be talked about. LeBron likes to be talked about, and that's okay. But we got to call it what it is. On this show, we call balls and strikes. That's it. LeBron is a self-indulgent narcissist. And people are going to say, oh, that's an awful thing to say. It's just the truth. There's plenty of examples of it going down the line. So, he's going to want, I think, to wait till the World Cup's over. Then there'll be really nothing going on at all. NFL's not going on until late August with preseason. And, of course, NBA's over. College sports aren't going on. The only thing going on is the World Cup. So, LeBron's going to wait till the World Cup's over here in a few weeks. Then we'll find out. He wants to be the main storyline. He gets off on being the main headline and keep people in limbo. That billboard, that little whiteboard Rich Paul had with like the Heat on there, and the Sixers on there, the Nuggets, and a couple other in the corner like the Mavericks, putting down oil. Putting down oil down on a basketball recruitment whiteboard. You're a basketball agent, and you're worried about oil. Because it's not real, guys. The chalkboard's not real. The little whiteboard's not real. That was put there, obviously, for a reason. It's clickbait. Rich Paul knew exactly what he was doing. Stirring the pot. LeBron's done it his whole career. And, I mean, it's a good business. And it is good business. I'm not denying it. But it's been his whole career. And it's never going to change as far as that goes. So we're not going to find out where LeBron's going to be playing, really probably till late July, maybe even early August. Maybe not even truly till September. Because LeBron's going to want to drag this out as long as he possibly can to get all the attention. And that's okay. I mean, he's one of the greatest of all time. 4-time champion, won everywhere he's been. And I actually commented about this on our Facebook page a little bit. That people say the LeBron era was an absolute failure. And I don't have the exact stats right here, but all-star every year. Multiple playoff appearances. 2 Western Conference Finals appearances. A 2020 Finals appearance. And he won the championship in 2020. LeBron brought the championship back for the first time since Kobe. People, old enough fans know how bad the Lakers were when Kobe left. They were straight garbage. They weren't even the best team in LA. The Clippers were much better than them back then in those days. The Lakers were irrelevant before LeBron got there. And people say, oh, it's the Mickey Championship. It's the bubble ring. It counts. It absolutely counts. I mean, I'm a Heat guy. People say the Heat wouldn't have gotten there had it not been for the bubble. Oh, that was just a scrimmage, a big pickup game. That shouldn't count. Well, the Heat proved that it wasn't a fluke because they made the finals a couple years later against Denver. So, I mean, it absolutely counts. Anyone who tells you otherwise, I mean, here's the reality. Yes, there were no fans. Yes, it was in one neutral location. But you still got to go out there and play the game. It is a unique championship. It's one of the weirdest championships. I wouldn't want to go back and repeat it. That COVID season was very weird. You had like the electronic fans at one point in there, and it was very strange. I'm glad that's over. I don't ever want to have to go back to that again. It was the worst NBA Finals of all time. Easily the worst NBA Finals of all time. No fans. I mean, you finally get an LA-Miami Finals, both beautiful cities. I mean, beautiful weather. And then you get COVID. So you can't even enjoy the scenic locations of LA and Miami. So, I mean, that's a bit frustrating. The basketball gods kind of giving it the good old up yours type of deal. Like, okay, they want Miami-LA Finals. They're going to get a Miami-LA Finals the COVID year. But to say it doesn't count, we can admit that it was strange. It was very weird. The NBA probably could have gotten away from canceling that season and just in general, but they didn't. They ended up playing it out. They ended up finishing what they started, and you got to respect that. The NBA did an absolutely outstanding job in the 2020 COVID season of just even finishing the season. I mean, they even had an end of a regular season to that as well in the bubble. So to say that the championship doesn't count is truly low basketball IQ. That's a good filter. If someone says the 2020 COVID championship doesn't count because it's a Mickey championship because it was played on Disney, the basketball court's still the same distance, it's still the same size, you still have the same rules, you still have to go out there and play the game, the basket's still 10 foot tall, it doesn't matter. You still have to go out there and win, and they did. They did it on the highest level, on an NBA arena, against other NBA teams. I mean, I just don't understand the concept of saying it doesn't count. Why doesn't it count? If that's the case, then Giannis doesn't count the next year either, because it was also affected by COVID. That season was. It was shortened because of COVID, because they didn't finish the season until wasn't it September or October? Like, the new season should have been getting started, and they were still finishing the old season for 2020, 2021. So 2021 was even postponed because of that. So if LeBron's ring don't count in 2020, then Giannis is ringless. And you don't give Giannis the same crap. They don't. Because it still counts. You have to, and actually that season there was still limited fan attendance as well. So explain that to me. Explain the logic. It's hypocritical. It's a low basketball IQ. It's a good filter for low basketball IQ. Do not listen to people who say the 2020 championship does not count, because it absolutely does. It is just as meaningful as the others. It may be weird. It may be unique. It may not have been good on the eyes, but you still got to go out there and play the game. You still got to go out there and do it. And they did. And 100% credit to LeBron. He brought a championship to LA. And had it been any other season, they would have called this LA tenure a success. And it was still a success. I mean, 8 seasons, 1 championship, multiple playoff appearances, 2 Western Conference Finals. He broke the all-time scoring record in a Lakers uniform. That'll always go down as a Laker. I mean, he deserves to have his number retired in LA. He really does. I mean, Cleveland, he brought them a championship, obviously, and his best years were in Miami. He only had 4 seasons in Miami, and literally in 4 of his seasons, out of an over 20-year career, he got half of his rings. So, I mean, half of his rings come from more of a pit stop. I mean, he's played way longer, and he's doubled his time in LA, 8 seasons to 4 seasons in Miami, and then played most of his career in Cleveland, as we know. And yet, he still has 2 of his 4 championships from Miami. Why does that matter? Because Miami is now a top destination for LeBron. And there's talks that he's willing, and there's official reports now. I actually was very skeptical of this, and going back a few weeks ago to the video, I didn't really take the LeBron coming to Miami very seriously, and it's looking like a real possibility. They're looking at maybe Philadelphia, they're talking about Denver, Minnesota, Miami. Those are like big talking points right now. And here's another thing. Man's 40, gonna be 42 years old. He doesn't have time. This man does not have time. He has 1 season, maybe 2 at most. LeBron needs to win now. He doesn't want to go out west and deal with Oklahoma City with SGA, Chet, and J-Dub. He doesn't want to go out west and deal with Wemby, Castle, and Fox. He doesn't want to west Jokic, the Timberwolves with Ant-Man now and Ball. I mean, the West is just loaded. I mean, now you got Portland with Ja Morant and Dame Lillard coming back to an already playoff team without those 2 players. So the West is just absolutely stacked. So he doesn't have time to go out west and fight these young dogs. He doesn't. The East has gotten better, but it's still easily the weaker conference. So you look at the teams out east. I guess Cleveland's up there too. I guess I forgot to mention them. So you have Cleveland, you have Philadelphia, and you have Miami as the main talking points out east. We've eliminated the West. He doesn't have time to go out west. He has 1 to 2 years. You don't have time to have that Western Conference gauntlet. You don't have a whole career left, LeBron. So with that, you want to go to Philly? Well, he just left LA because he didn't like being a 3rd option behind Luka and Austin Reeves. Well, he may go there and be like a 5th option. Because, I mean, if Joel Embiid's healthy, there's an option above him. Jaylen Brown, obviously, he's a younger player, going to be his team. Tyrese Maxey, VJ Escom. Those are your core. And you have LeBron. LeBron is a 5th option in Philadelphia. He's not going to accept that role. And him and Maxey are both ball handle dominant. You won't be able to have both of them on the court at the same time. What are you going to do? Like, play LeBron and Maxey the first 5 minutes of the game and then sub them in and out and not play them on the same... LeBron's not going to want to do all that. Be subbing in and out with Maxey, taking his minutes away, having to worry about all of that. It doesn't necessarily feel like a good fit. There's only 1 ball, and there's 5 mouths to feed in Philly. And LeBron isn't going to accept something like that. Why would he go from something he didn't like in LA to literally the same thing in Philadelphia? Maybe even worse, because, I mean, at least he's a concluded 3rd option in LA, obviously, behind Luka and Austin Reeves, and then LeBron. So, I mean, when then you go to Philadelphia, he's very well the 5th option. I mean, you could argue the 4th, maybe VJ Escom's too young, but either way, you're looking at the 4th option at best. He's not going to want to go do that. He just left the situation in LA. Not going to want to do that. Cleveland. Okay, and your final year of your career with the home franchise. You're from Cleveland. You're from Akron, Ohio. It started in Cleveland. It could end in Cleveland. That's a real possibility. It's either, in my opinion, going to be Miami or Cleveland. It's going to be somewhere he's been before. He's proven he can win in both locations. But, I mean, LeBron, and you going to trust James Harden and Donovan Mitchell, who have both been playoff chokers in their career, to finally get over the hump? And James Harden's in his mid-30s, twilight of his career too, and you're going to expect him to suddenly become playoff clutch? That's not going to happen. Same with Donovan Mitchell. I mean, he's had enough playoff failures. It's sort of a pattern at this point. So you're going to go your last couple of years there to where their playoff track record's kind of iffy? I don't know about that. Or you can go to Miami, where you've already won half of your rings in less than 20% of your career has been played there. You still got half of your rings in a small period of time from Miami. You made the finals every year in Miami. Got 2 of your 4 rings in Miami. The head coach is still in place from when you were there, Eric Spoelstra. I mean, Pat Riley's still there from when you were there. Mickey Arison. I mean, the core, like the front office and coaching staff, is the same from when LeBron left. And that's what's crazy. When LeBron left Miami back in, I think it was like 2014, 2015, something like that. One of those years. I mean, that's been 12 years, guys. It's been over a decade. I thought we would never even hear LeBron possibly going back to the Heat. And that would have been a long, never going to happen. It's over. He's back to Cleveland. And LeBron lasted so long. Now I am 30 years old. When LeBron played for Miami the last time, I was a senior in high school, guys. I am now 30 years old, and there's talk that he might come back home and play in Miami, where he never should have left to begin with, because he would have more rings than Jordan has if he never left Miami. Because, I mean, we made the finals with scrub players, guys. Bam, Jimmy, and scrubs. That's what it was. So you know we're getting more championships with LeBron. So he can right the wrongs. Should never have left Miami to begin with. Could have been the greatest of all time. Undisputably won more rings than Jordan. And he can learn from that mistake. And Miami has the opportunity to give him slightly above the minimum contract. And you look around the team. Does it fit? Yes, it absolutely does. Because offensively, he can be the second option on Miami. Bam's an elite level player, Hall of Fame level player, yes. All-Star level player, yes. But is he the number 2 option of scoring behind LeBron James? No. Bam's going to be your defensive anchor, your defensive captain, team captain, your culture, your leadership, your defensive presence. That's what Bam is. And in offense, he's going to give you, obviously we had that 80-something point game. Obviously we know that, 83-point game. We know. But you're not going to expect Bam to go out there to average 30 for the season. It's not going to happen. You want Bam to average 20 and 10. Giannis is obviously going to be our number 1 option offensively and really on everything. Everything's going to flow through Giannis. LeBron knows that he cannot be the number 1 option and win a championship at this age of his career. Obviously. That's not a knock. He's 42 years old. The fact he's still playing at an all-star level is just remarkable. But he can be the number 2 option. He'd be the main ball handler too. Davion Mitchell's a good guard as far as defense, and he can give you 9 to 12 points on offense. But he's not going to demand the same type of looks and the same type of ball handling duties that LeBron James is. Giannis isn't a ball handler. Bam's not a ball handler. LeBron can be your primary ball handler. He can just come down to South Beach, where he's already won before, won 2 championships, had the best years of his career in Miami. Peak LeBron was Miami LeBron. I would say the Lakers got the highest IQ LeBron, and the Cavaliers got the most athletic LeBron at his peak of athleticism. But Miami got peak LeBron, peak everything. At the prime of his career, we got that. He can come down to South Beach and finish his career in Miami, win that championship with Giannis and Bam, and walk off to the sunset. Get ring number 5, tie Kobe. He get main ball handling duties. You have a good defensive wing and a decent scoring option with Andrew Wiggins. You have decent shooters with Pele Larson. Fontecchio's back. I mean, you have Tim Hardaway Jr. now. So, I mean, you're going to have Bobby Portis led the NBA in 3-point percentage last season. He can shoot threes too. Bam added it to his game. They bring in Conwell from the second round. He can shoot threes. They have shooters now. Good wings. Power forward center's good. Who's your 6th man? Bobby Portis. We got a decent bench. We do now, at least. The Heat are at that coaching staff's there. The ownership that he was there with is there. It just makes sense, basketball-wise and fit-wise, for LeBron. He's proven it can work in Miami. He's familiar with the area. Probably has a lot of connections down in South Beach still. May even have a home. I'm not sure about that. But you know he has the connections. LeBron, come back to Miami, baby. The key is still under the mat for you, my friend LeBron. Still under the mat. Come down to South Beach. I mean, we're title contenders now without you. I mean, looking at it right now, we have Giannis, Bam, Wiggins, and a good supporting cast around them. We are a contender now. I can only imagine how it'll look with you, LeBron. So come on down. Come on down South Beach, where you never should have left. But I do want to move on a little bit. Man, I ranted on that topic for a while. We're already about a little over 20 minutes in. That's good, though. I mean, LeBron, he's gonna be talked about. I mean, absolutely. I would be stupid not to talk about him this much because it's what gets eyeballs, it's what gets views, and that's what it is. I mean, LeBron is a moneymaker. He's one of the greatest players to ever play the game, and he needs to come back for his final stop in South Florida. I can't believe that it's really a possibility. It would be an absolute dream. Come on back down. You can rock the old number 6 and bring a title back to South Beach again. So we haven't had one since you left the last time. So come on back home down to Miami, LeBron. The key's still under the mat for you. You're always a Heat. But I do want to move on a little bit. There's been a lot of free agency action, so we do want to break that down a little bit here. I'm just really pumped up, man. Like, Giannis is a Miami Heat. We got Tim Hardaway Jr. He'll be rocking his dad's number, I've seen, so that's kind of cool. He agreed to give that up. So they shouldn't take it down from the rafters, though. I mean, that should be a special exception. I mean, it'll obviously go back in the rafters eventually, but, I mean, Giannis is a Miami Heat. LeBron possibly coming back. We got Tim Hardaway Jr. We got a good shooter in the draft. Got the re-signings done that we needed to get with Fontecchio. Excuse me. And things of that nature. So the Heat are absolutely... I'm super pumped. I cannot describe. I haven't been this excited for Miami Heat basketball in 10 plus years, and we should be. Heat fans absolutely deserve this. But so I do want to move on. I want to get into the news here of NBA free agency, and we're going to go ahead and go down the line here of the signings and trades and things of that nature. This comes from NBA.com/news. This is the source. The Atlanta Hawks re-signed C.J. McCollum to a one-year deal. I mean, that's an absolutely outstanding move. I mean, he helped lead the Hawks to the playoffs and had a bunch of good games against the eventual NBA champions in New York. So the Hawks, I mean, they could be a sneaky team this year. Don't count them out, especially in a weird East. And the Celtics may be a play-in team, and that's even better. This has been the best offseason ever. The Celtics got worse. Their fan base is absolutely livid. They got Conwell from Boston in the second round, stole him, got Giannis, and stole him from Boston. They ended up getting rid of their best player in Jaylen Brown and got a washed-up Paul George. It's just been a great offseason. The Heat got better. Celtics got worse. The Celtics are the stupidest fan base in basketball. I absolutely hate the Celtics. Ugliest color of green. Stupid fan base. Just disgusting city. It's just, the accent in Boston is stupid too. Sound like a bunch of morons. It just disgusts me. But the Celtics did get Mike Conley, the skeleton of Paul George, and got Mitchell Robinson to a 3-year deal. Obviously, they lost Jaylen Brown in the trade to the 76ers, and they lost Vukovic in free agency to the Magic. Then the Nets obviously got Julius Randle in a 3-team trade. We already covered that a bit. They got him, and did lose Nick Claxton in that 3-team trade with the Bulls. The Hornets are doing what the Hornets always do. They get a little bit of success and they're allergic to it. They just don't want to win, is what it is. They won, they had a winning season, and their owners were mad. You know the Hornets owners were mad about winning. They're a bunch of losers because they traded away LaMelo Ball, Miles Bridges, and Josh Green. Ball and Green went to Minnesota, and Miles Bridges goes to the Suns, and they get Naj Reid from the Timberwolves, Royce O'Neal from the Suns, Dorian Finney-Smith from the Rockets, and Grayson Allen from the Suns. So in other words, the Hornets are back to being a crap shit show. Imagine that. It would be a top 5 worst team in the league next year. Back where they belong, so their owners will be happy about losing. Trust me. It's just, I feel bad for those fan bases. They'll never win in Charlotte. The Bulls were able to get Nick Claxton and got Norman Powell from free agency. Good luck losing Chicago Norman. They did lose Simmons to the 76ers, Colin Sexton to the Lakers. So there's some losses to the Bulls. Bulls got a little bit better. Cavaliers were able to re-sign Thomas Bryant and brought in Dean Wade, the new D Wade, though it's definitely Kroger brand. He left to go to Philadelphia. The Dallas Mavericks main ones are Marvin Bagley Jr. departs to the Nuggets. That was a loss for them. They had actually not really brought in anyone at all. And then the Denver Nuggets, they lost Hardaway Jr. to the Heat. They did get Marvin Bagley Jr. The Pistons, Isaiah Joe joins in a trade with the Thunder. John Collins, a 3-year deal as well. They did lose Tobias Harris to the Spurs. Warriors bring back Al Horford and Kristaps Porzingis. So a couple re-signings for them. Rockets been sort of busy. They got rid of Finney-Smith like we talked about, and they did get Bogdanovic to a 1-year deal and got Marcus Smart on a 2-year deal. So a good defensive signing for the Rockets there. The Pacers haven't really done anything. Got Kelly Oubre Jr. on a 2-year deal. The Clippers are going to be absolutely abysmal. They're back to being the Clippers, but in their own arena now. They brought in Rui from the Lakers. That's a good signing. Brandon Ingram joins in the trade from the Raptors, sending Kawhi back to Toronto. And then John Collins left for the Pistons, and Bogdanovic left for the Rockets. So the Clippers are back to just being mid at best. The Lakers are Team Whitey, as Stephen A. Smith would say. Could you imagine if a white analyst said that in hockey? But we don't have time for that conversation. We don't have time for that conversation because we know it's the double standard, black fatigue. We all know about it. Everyone knows about it. It is what it is. People can say anything they want to about a white player, but the moment you say anything about a black player, you're racist. And it is what it is. Double standard. We know what it is. We see it. Don't let it get to you. I mean, that's why I haven't really covered it. Not really news. Nothing changes. It never will. But as far as the Lakers, they bring in Colin Sexton. Walker Kessler agrees to a 4-year deal. Jaden Harvey joins in the trade with the Wizards. They traded DeAndre Ayton to the Wizards. And were able to get Quentin Grimes on a 4-year deal. And they re-signed Austin Reeves as well. Of course, LeBron will be leaving as well, but he's still making up his mind. The Grizzlies lost Ja Morant, did bring in Jamari Grant from the Blazers. Wonder how many games he'll play. Probably 40 at most. And the Miami Heat, as we know, brought back Fontecchio and Wiggins, and brought in Giannis, Bobby Portis, and Tim Hardaway Jr., and they lost in the Giannis trade to Milwaukee. Tyler Hero, Kasparis Hakantonis, a bunch of draft picks, Jaime Jaquez, Norman Powell went to the Bulls, we talked about that, and Khalil Ware is a Buck as well. Of course, we just went through the Bucks. Already went through all that. Went through the Timberwolves already. DeAndre Jordan will be back with the Pelicans. Can't believe he's still in the league. Of course, the Knicks, a bunch of re-signings for them. Lost Mitchell Robinson and brought in Andre Drummond sort of as a level router. So, sort of a 50-50 move for them there. Not much out of New York. Hartenstein's back with the Thunder on a 3-year deal. The Magic brought back Isaac, got Vukovic. They did lose Wagner to the Nets. We already went through what the 76ers did. They're absolutely a great team coming up this season. Suns, I guess they got Luke Kennard on a 2-year deal, Miles Bridges in a trade with the Hornets. The Blazers ended up getting Ja Morant in a trade with the Grizzlies and losing Chris Murray also to the Grizzlies. The Kings have not done much beyond depart with Devin Carter to the Hawks in a trade. And the Spurs got Tobias Harris and re-signed Harrison Barnes and Champagnie. Raptors get back Kawhi Leonard and Kyle Anderson and get rid of Grady Dick to the Clippers and Brandon Ingram to the Clippers as well. The Jazz got Jackson Hayes on a 2-year deal, lost Walker Kessler. The Wizards have been busy agreeing to Trae Young on a 4-year deal, bringing in DeAndre Ayton from the Lakers in a trade. So that's your NBA moves, your major ones. I think the Wizards could be an absolutely surprising team next year. Could even be a playoff team, a lower-end playoff team in my opinion. I mean, when you have Trae Young out there, you still have a couple other good pieces like George around him. Now you have Anthony Davis, DeAndre Ayton probably coming off the bench at this point. Your first-round draft pick, obviously. Alex Sarr. So, Anthony Davis, I don't know if I said him or not, but I mean, the Wizards absolutely have pieces now. When was the last time we said that the Wizards have pieces? Their talent on the roster itself, yes, it's there. They can be a surprising team. Is the culture fixed? That's the main issue. Because on paper, it looks great. I mean, a lot of teams look good on paper. Go ask the Brooklyn Nets with KD. They look good on paper too. So the Suns with KD. But just because you have good names on paper, don't mean it'll work out. So you got to get that culture fixed. And beyond that, I mean, the Eastern Conference has been kind of shaken up. Miami will be a lot better. Toronto gets Kawhi back after his 1-year stint with them. So, I mean, the Timberwolves look good as well. They went small ball losing Randall, getting rid of their bigs, and getting a ball-dominant point guard with Ball. I'm interested to see how him and Edwards play. They're both sort of ball-dominant, but the Timberwolves going smaller rather than all that size, and we're able to keep Gobert in the process. So, and the 76ers as well have 4 great players. We talked about them earlier with Joel Embiid, so long as he can stay healthy, VJ Epscom, Jaylen Brown, and Tyrese Maxey, and a couple other bench players as well. Hopefully they can all mesh. Actually, hopefully they don't all mesh together for the Heat's sake. And I'm interested to see how they mesh together because there's only one ball, and a lot of these guys are going to want their points, their shots. They'll be losing money if they don't at contract time. So I'm interested to see how that goes. So a lot of shakeups in the NBA. So I mean, that's really. I actually think the Bucks could even be a little better. People give them credit for. I mean, they pretty much have the Miami Heat roster from last season. And the Heat roster from last season had a winning record. So I don't think the Bucks will be as bad as everyone thinks they will. Obviously, we know about the Miami Heat. They are here, baby. They aren't going anywhere. I don't really even know at this point even if the Lakers are even a playoff team in the West. Can Luka stay healthy? Who's going to play defense in LA? No one they've gotten can play defense. Man, they lost Marcus Smart, who was one of their only good defensive players. LA is going to score 150 points and allow 180. They have the same problems they had last year, now without LeBron. So, I mean, the Lakers got worse. The Celtics got worse, too. They might even be a play-in team. Jason Tatum, coming off of his injury-riddled season last year off the Achilles. A washed-up Paul George. Okay. I guess good luck with that. I mean, I'm interested to see how the East especially shakes up because the East is very up in the air right now, and it's exciting times for the NBA. So we sort of at this point know how the rosters are going to look. There's still some names out there, like, I mean, Bradley Beal. I think Russell Westbrook's still available at this time, LeBron. So really the last thing we're waiting on is the LeBron domino. That's really the last thing we're waiting on. Teams pretty much are set how they are now. Draft's over. Wave 1 of free agency's over, and we just went through all of it. So it's sad to say, free agency's over, and now we're in the midst now of dark time, especially after this episode. Somebody will, a lot of nothing, a whole lot of nothing, guys, a whole lot of nothing burgers, because NBA free agency's over. Really, to this point, until LeBron makes an announcement and a bunch of smaller players. We got Summer League going on, and then we're done with, I mean, there's no sports going on until NFL preseason. But do not fear, because we will have plenty of announcements probably rolling out this coming week after this video is uploaded. Look for that this coming week as well. But that's all I got for this week's episode of The Unbiased Hard Take. What do you guys think of my video? Let me know down in the comments down below of my takes. What do you think of LeBron? Where's he going to end up? What do you think of NBA free agency? Who do you think are the winners and losers of free agency? Let me know in the comments down below. We do appreciate the support from you guys. Like I said, dark times are here. This is the big free agency episode right here. So, I mean, after that, we got some good things planned for you guys, though. But as far as sports, we are definitely in the dark times. And it's sad to say, because we could at least postpone the dark times, at least ease into it with the draft and free agency for the NBA. But now we're just stuck with nothing going on. But I have a lot of stuff planned this coming week and moving forward. So keep an eye out for it. We're excited to announce. So until next time, let's go Heat, boiler up, and go Pat, go baby. We'll see you all next time. Look for some videos this week and some big announcements. Stay tuned.